In the tunnel.
In the tunnel.
In the tunnel. You're listening to In the Tunnel.
Welcome. It is very early in the morning.
Yeah, to In the Tunnel episode number 44.
44.
Today we're going to be focusing on the NBA. So, yeah.
Alright, let's just get into this.
Yeah, so it's a little early for us, but we really wanted to get an episode out. So
It's Saturday.
I mean,
It's
being Saturday isn't
Saturday.
a problem. It's just we probably aren't used to waking up at this point.
On a Saturday. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, I am getting the thing up. It's just being a little slow today, so I think
we need elevator music.
Recognizes the morning also.
Yeah, we just need elevator music. That's the real problem. We don't have that either, though.
Yep, so here we go. Alright. So, first things first, Jeremy. What did we do during the times the draft was going on, aside from covering the draft?
Oh, I pissed off the Marlins.
Yeah, so you want to talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, so I pissed off the Marlins in a very stupid way because I did not watch the video that was in that first frame and basically thought that it was the fan who had to cancel her orthodontist appointment to go see the baseball game. Not so much I was the guy who was making his MLB debut who needed to cancel his orthodontist appointment. So I then reacted to an RBI single in a bit different of context, and they did not like that from me. And so they said that this isn't it, or this ain't it.
Yeah.
And I said right back to them, knowing that it was a Marlins game. Yeah, no kidding. This isn't it for anybody.
Yep, not at all.
And then we all went on with our night after.
Yeah, I mean, we finally started using the In the Tunnel account again.
Yeah, so, intermittently.
We're going to try and use it more.
I would love to see you do that, Sean.
Yeah. Alright, anyway, so aside from that, we're focusing on the NBA from here on out.
Yeah.
So, let's just get straight to it. So yeah, there was a lot of things that went on, right?
Yeah, some moron actually stayed up all for like an hour and a half, actually, putting every one of these into a freaking PowerPoint slide. But yeah, so these were all the picks in the NBA draft that, not necessarily on draft day, but just over the history of the existence of that pick for this draft has moved. And let's pay attention to the ones that moved at least 4 times or more. So the 20th pick went from the Clippers to Memphis to Boston to Philadelphia. The 33rd pick went from the Cavaliers to the Knicks to the Magic to Philadelphia to Boston. The 34th pick went from the Lakers to the Bulls to the Sixers to the Hawks. The 36th pick went from Washington to Atlanta to Denver to Orlando to Charlotte. So basically, like every team in the Southeast touched the 36th pick.
Yeah, basically.
The 40th pick went from Minnesota to Portland to Cleveland to Sacramento. I have to read through all of these because there's one that like went back to the same team once. The 41st pick went from the Lakers to the Pacers to the Cavaliers to Atlanta to Golden State. 42nd pick went from the Kings to Milwaukee and then Brooklyn to Philadelphia to Washington. 44th pick, Charlotte to Atlanta to Miami to Denver. Let's see here.
The 45th pick is the thing.
Oh, it might be one of them. There could be a couple. Yeah, the 45th pick, which initially was in possession of the Pistons, went to Oklahoma City, to Boston, back to the Pistons, who said that they did not want it again and gave it to Dallas. And then 46th, we have Brooklyn to Charlotte to Memphis to Orlando to Lakerland. 47th is Orlando to the Knicks to Sacramento, then back to the Knicks because the Knicks are in a position where they do want the scraps. 56th pick, it ends up going to Brooklyn, but it started with Portland, Orlando, Detroit, and the Clippers. Oh, and then this 57th pick, this one is a riot because only Denver to Milwaukee to New Orleans has actually happened yet. To Atlanta to Philadelphia to Detroit those are all draft day trades.
Yeah.
So imagine being drafted in that pick and you have to wait for 3 layers of a trade to clear.
So let's just
all for cash considerations too, by the way.
Draft day trades that haven't actually happened yet. So
spoiler alert.
Half the trades, the guy who got drafted has to wait for them to clear.
Yeah, July 6th, I think they said.
Yup. I mean,
yeah.
My only thing is, why the heck do you want to have the 60th pick? Like,
I don't know.
What's the difference between a 60th pick and an undrafted free agent at that point?
I don't know. In the NFL draft, what's the point of having a pick that Mr. Irrelevant pick in the 7th round, like number 250 something?
But I mean, sometimes you're just given that and unlucky, or you made that trade and somebody just threw it in.
True. I mean, my guess is that the 60th overall pick, and I can look into this while I'm saying it, was probably a trade that did not happen, on draft night. Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would guess, but like, even 56 and 57, like, seriously, what do you need with that pick that you can't get with an undrafted free agent? Because there's only 60 picks in the damn NBA draft.
Let's see.
So it's like kind of surprising to see that many draft day trades around the lowest, like the 57th pick. 3 teams got it, like, went for it.
Dude, the NBA site is like the worst site on.
Yeah.
It gives you like no information on anything ever.
Yeah, but I guess they had to do something. And
okay,
they did something.
Yeah, so
mean it's great.
Yeah, so this trade for the 60th overall pick, when do you think it happened? Because I guarantee you're not going to get it. No.
When?
July 12th, 2013.
Jeez. Who trades a second round pick 6 years ago?
Milwaukee acquired a 2016 second round pick and the right to swap 2019 second round picks between Sacramento and Milwaukee in exchange for Sacramento acquiring Luke Mbamute.
What? Holy crap. Alright, well, yeah. But I mean, more to the 57th pick's point, like, what do you need with the 57th pick you can't get with an undrafted free agent at that point?
I don't know, but also one of these trades apparently was from, and I can't figure out which one it was. Let's see. Let's see. Ooh, there it is. Pick number 42 was that transaction had something to do with the Jason Kidd being traded to Milwaukee to be a head coach thing.
Yep.
So that's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyway, you just want to get into the draft results?
Sure. Everybody got an F.
Well, no. So let's get straight into the
F.
results of what the wheel did and what actually happened.
F.
So we have up on the screen right now the wheel versus what actually happened. So as you can see, our wheel in all of its glorious wisdom chose Jarrett Culliver to be picked by New Orleans first overall.
I think the wheel should wear a hat.
Maybe if we can get that to happen. I don't know. Gotta ask the wheel.
Just like a wizard-like hat.
And what actually happened was Zion Williamson. Jeremy, what's your thoughts?
Spoiler alert. It was predictable in real life, and it was soul crushing on the inside. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, yeah. Otherwise, notably, I guess out of what the wheels picked, Jarrett Culliver was picked 6th overall,
and then immediately traded.
Well,
picked by the Suns, traded to the Wolves.
The pick was traded, right?
Oh yeah, he was thrown to the Wolves.
Yeah. Otherwise, the wheel didn't really line up with the first 8 picks. So
nope.
Let's see what the wheel did afterwards.
Well, the wheel did predict a Darius at number 5. It just wasn't the right Darius.
Right. So
half credit.
Yeah. I think what has to be noted also is at 8 the wheel picked some guy from Gonzaga, but a different guy from Gonzaga went at 9.
I mean, that's basically a win because everybody at Gonzaga is the same person. You can just watch, Jimmy Kimmel do his spiel on Gonzaga again and figure that one out.
Right. So, aside from this one...
He stole my shtick.
This one, the wheel had Tyler Herro going at 12, but he actually went at 13, so that's a huge win.
Yeah, that's basically the same thing.
Yeah, otherwise, I don't know, this draft is kind of weird with, picks going to players that weren't necessarily highly rated. Starting at this kind of point.
You're talking about the Cameron Johnson thing especially.
Oh, yeah. Even though I'm pretty sure the wheel had him go higher.
Oh, yeah. But that's...
The wheel also had...
The wheel had him going to the Knicks, though. That would have been a typical Knicks move.
Yeah, the wheel also had P.J. Washington going to the Suns, so I was like, hey, they're going to trade back and still get him, but no, they didn't.
P.J. Washington would have been a good fit.
Yep.
But the Suns are shooters, and Cameron Johnson can shoot, so... A lot of injury concerns about him, but the thing is, Phoenix has an amazing training staff that kept Steve Nash healthy when he had no right being healthy. So, I'm confident that they'll do something to, make sure that old man gets his back rubs. I don't know.
Yeah, so I mean, so the wheel stopped picking after this point because it was only the top 15 mattered.
The
So
wheel said it's 9:30 at night. I need to go to bed.
yeah. So let's just recap what actually happened in the draft. If my yeah. All right. Any notable things? Like I think everybody had, even the wheel had Nasir Little going up a lot higher, and so did the analysts, and he dropped all the way down to 25.
He did indeed drop down to 25.
Um,
I can confirm that with detail.
I mean we can see it on the screen, but
Oh yeah. Sorry, I had a blind problem. And not like eyesight, but like actual blinds.
oh, okay.
Uh, I
Um,
think Jordan Poole's a good pick out of Michigan, although I have to be brutally honest with you, I did not know that he was in the draft this year. Um, Pretty sure he was only a sophomore, and I don't think that he was amazing enough that he could have really, ever been a lottery pick. I think any year he would have entered, he would have been
okay.
somewhere in this region, but we'll see how that goes. I do like the Suns actually grabbing a point guard in the first round because, they basically were making Booker play the point guard position, which is not the right move. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, the Magic took the guy out of a school in Georgia instead of a foreign prospect. That was interesting enough. Um,
From
I'm,
Georgia. I think we tweeted
yeah,
that out too.
well, Auburn, but
No. We tweeted out they picked a guy from a school in the state of Georgia, not some
and
guy
yeah,
from Georgia, the country.
yeah, because he went two picks later to the Pacers. Goga.
Yep, Goga.
The Spurs did your typical. The Spurs did what the Magic chose not to do. They stuck with their roots and got a foreign prospect.
Yep,
The 76ers picked another guy from the University of Washington because
that
the
worked out
last
for them last time.
yeah, and ironically enough, they traded with Boston to get this pick, which they did last time too. So what could go wrong again? The Markelle Fultz, selection in the first round, after trading with Boston,
Yep.
just went so A plus that you traded him to the Magic for nothing, and then you turned around and did the exact same thing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really think anything is like really notable aside from that kind of thing.
I mean, Brandon Clark is going to be a bust because he went to Gonzaga.
But that's given he went to Gonzaga.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that notable?
Well, it's notable in terms of a take.
Oh, okay. Anything to say about the first half of the second round?
Oof. I like Carson Edwards. I hate the fact that he's in Boston now. I would have preferred that the Brooklyn Nets not trade away every pick that they had, because they did pretty much.
Hey, the people can see a pick on the screen from the Nets of the 31st pick.
Yeah, they also traded out of like the 17th and
Yep.
27th pick. So
Yep. All right, so now it's for.
yeah,
We don't want to go over the last 15 picks. I feel like there's not really notable things you can say about these guys. I don't know.
I ran out of time to make the graphics. Let's just say what it is.
The draft is also so short that at a certain point, I feel like there's not really much difference between the bottom half of the second round and the
Yeah,
undrafted
it's
free agents.
all the same. It's all the same people. They're all named like Josh Rosenberg not Rosenberg. That's too Jewish of a name to be in the NBA. Josh Thompson. And they all play small forward or stretch four or something like that.
All right, well, it's time for everybody's favorite wheel spin time.
Oh, dear God.
We're gonna go through draft grades.
F everybody. Nobody addressed their needs.
Well, why don't we just see what does the wheel think of everybody? We're gonna be grading all 30 teams, by the way. Well, the wheel wanted to
yeah.
grade all 30 teams, so
Yeah.
let's just jump straight into it. We're just gonna go in alphabetical order because the wheel told us to. Yeah. So what do the Hawks get? Jeremy, what are your predictions?
B. I can't believe we have 2 viewers on this thing at 10 in the morning.
Oh, well, the wheel says that the Hawks
Got a
get
D.
an A.
God damn it. Sure, because they traded for enough picks that I guess why not.
Okay, well, Boston's next.
If trading picks was a profession, the Hawks would have won that one.
Boston, the wheel says that Boston receives a C.
Yeah, I'd say that's about right.
And Nets. I don't have high hopes for this one considering they traded their picks.
So Boston getting a C. Langford was good. Edwards is pretty good, but I don't know about Grant Williams at 22. I think C is a good pick for the
All right,
wheel.
well, the wheel declares that the Brooklyn Nets get an F.
Yeah, told you shouldn't have traded out of all those picks.
Yeah. So Charlotte.
All this so that they could, afford Kevin Durant. It's like, well, you're not going to be able to use him next year. Why don't you, get better with a draft pick every now and then in between?
All right. Well, the Hornets get an A from the wheel.
Yeah, I don't think that they really screwed anything up.
Yeah, but I mean,
I would have given them a B.
Not screwing anything up is different than doing amazingly well. I mean, I could have seen a B.
Yeah, well, yeah, I would have given it a B, but the wheel is smarter than us anyway.
And Chicago gets a C. What do we have to say about that one?
Oh, well, let me analyze. Give me a second to bring up my analytics resource here, which may or may not be just a PowerPoint. Easy does it. You okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
Meanwhile, the wheel wants to go on to the Cleveland Cavaliers.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't?
No, it doesn't.
Are we sure?
Yes, the Bulls did fine.
Okay.
They got the guard that they needed, but in the second round, they also drafted a center out of Arkansas, which kind of speaks for itself. So C is like right in that smack area where it needed to be.
What about the Cavs getting an A?
Yeah, I think 3 first-round picks that they did not screw up on getting an A.
Okay, yeah, I would agree. So the wheels just fast spinning these things straight on to the Mavericks.
It's about damn time that the wheel did something quick.
The Mavericks get an F.
Well, yeah. They only had 1 pick that I know of in the second round.
Okay. So, Nuggets it is. The Nuggets also get an F.
Again, I think they only had 1 pick, and it was Bol. Which, actually, that's an F if he's not an injury-prone guy. If it ends up being that he's injury-prone, then yeah, it's an F.
What's it if he's not injury-prone? D?
I'd say C, just because they built their team on first-round picks and didn't have one this year.
Okay.
It would have been nice, because Paul Millsap's getting older.
Anyway,
Pistons did fine.
The Pistons get a C according to the wheel.
Yeah, that's right where fine is.
Alright, and now the Warriors.
Oh, yeah. Well, they traded into the draft a couple times, so...
Did they?
Yeah, they traded into the second round picks, and they traded into the first one too.
Whatever the wheel says, they get an A.
Oh, yeah, I think they got themselves involved in a draft that they had no right being in because of they knew that something was going to happen with free agency. I do think it was a little weird that they went to drafting a guard in the first round, knowing that Durant is probably leaving. Like, of the two, I'd say that Clay stays, Durant leaves. So I would have drafted a forward, but
Okay,
that's
on to the Rockets.
What do I know? I'm just making sense.
On to the Rockets. What do you think?
F.5.
Is that even a grade?
I don't know. The Rockets didn't have a pick.
Well, according to the wheel, not having a pick gives them a C because they couldn't screw anything up.
It's like C is like the ultimate pass fail grade.
Yeah. All right. So on to the Pacers.
The Warriors took the class of NBA draft pass fail this semester, and they got a pass, and they certainly did pass.
The Pacers get an F.
I'd say that they chose some raw prospects, but I wouldn't say F. I'd say C.
Well, the wheel disagrees with you.
Yeah, well, tell the wheel to go, spin itself for all I care.
All right, well, on to the Clippers. You know what I noticed?
A lot of things, because
Today, the wheel
you're in
doesn't
tech.
give D's and B's. The Clippers get a C.
Yeah, I'd say it's about right for the Clippers. I have no, I couldn't tell you the direction that the Clippers were trying to go in.
All right, well, on to the Lakers. What do you think about them? Oh,
Doesn't matter.
Well, the Lakers get an F.
Good. That makes me happy, Sean. Makes me really happy.
Okay, well.
Ooh, right on the line too.
Yeah, like really.
Journalists were really fighting themselves on, was it good or was it bad?
The Grizzlies right on the line also get an A.
Yeah, I mean the Grizzlies did a good job, except for that Brandon Clark Gonzaga dude. I'd give it a B.
Oh, okay. Because
Brandon Clark Gonzaga. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, all right. For the first half of teams ish. Miami Heat. End off on a good note or a bad note?
They got that Tyler Herro dude that we predicted that they were probably going to get a pick earlier in Charlotte. So, steal of the draft, having fallen one extra pick.
Well, they get an A due to that.
Snipers.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the second half-ish of the NBA.
Yeah.
Starting with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Spin that wheel.
They get an F.
They had one pick. I'm pretty sure.
And they did bad with it?
Shit if I know.
Anyway, on to the Timberwolves.
Oh, wait. They don't have a pick in the top 45 picks, I see.
Okay. So, okay.
And they got, just like the Rockets, they got an F. Or no, the Rockets got a C.
Yeah.
So just like the Lakers.
Yeah, so the
Milwaukee Bucks, Lakers of the East.
So the Timberwolves get our first B of the spin. The wheel just is stingy about giving that one out.
I would have given them an A for trading the pick to the Suns that ended up being Cameron Johnson. That seems like they won that trade pretty hands down.
Yeah. On to the Pelicans. Now the Pelicans had the first overall pick, right?
First, fourth. Let me go into our stats.
Well, the wheel says that even though they had the first and fourth picks, their drafting gives them a C. What do
Well,
you
the
have to
wheel.
say about that?
I think the wheel needs to stop interrupting me. So yeah, the Pelicans had the first, the fourth, the 17th, and 35th picks.
All right, well, that gives them a C.
Okay.
On to the Knicks. They had a pretty early pick, didn't they?
Yes.
They
And
get
they did not trade it, ironically enough.
they get a D.
Yeah. Well, it's the Knicks. If even the wheel knows that it's the Knicks.
And the wheel is speeding on to the Oklahoma City Thunder.
I had to fix my microphone. My apologies.
We can see.
Oh, yeah. I'm
All
having
right.
a great time over here. I don't know if you're picking up on this.
And the Thunder get a D.
Yeah, they drafted the Ross prospect in the draft at high school.
Oh,
It said he was going to go to the G League and then didn't. So, yeah.
meanwhile, the Magic get a C.
Yeah, no foreign prospects doesn't get you an A or a B.
Fair enough. On to the Sixers. Now they traded for a pick in this draft.
They traded for a bunch of picks. They traded to Boston, like, that deal was like for 4 or 5 picks.
They get a D.
Yeah.
On to your favorite team, Jeremy.
I don't have a favorite team anymore.
Really?
I've disavowed from the Suns until Cameron Johnson is good.
Well, your favorite team gets
An A.
an F. What do you have to say? That means Cameron Johnson's not going to pan out.
No, they're talking about a different pick.
Are you sure?
I mean, it has to be.
On to the Trailblazers.
I wouldn't trust a guard out of UVA.
The Blazers get a B.
Yeah. So they actually draft well. So we'll see.
How about the Kings?
The Queens will get a D.
Will they?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one who controls the contraption.
They will not. They get
They
an
got
A.
God damn it. I don't know why I predicted a D or a B, the 2 grades that have been given out the least.
Mm-hmm. On
You
to the
rigged
Spurs.
this wheel. You definitely rigged the wheel.
No. How do I rig a wheel?
You gave the wheel too much protein in its breakfast.
The Spurs get a C.
Yeah.
And what are we predicting for the Raptors?
MIA.
But that's not a grade.
Well, it consists of letters, so it better be.
They get a D.
Oh, yeah, they didn't have a pick.
Alright, and the Jazz?
Also did not have a pick.
What does them not having a pick equal?
Well, D and P did not participate. P again comes back to pass fail, so it's a C.
Nope, they get a D. I guess they
God
failed.
damn it. I was close.
And finally, the Wizards.
F.
Why F specifically for them?
Because they're the Washington Wizards.
Well, the wheel does not agree with you.
No,
The wheel gives them a C.
it should have been an F. 9 times out of 10, it's an F.
Well, too bad. Anyway, moving on,
Just
we
right down
have
F.
moving on. It's time for our free agency wheel spins.
All right, yeah. This is our predictor series. So this is NBA. We'll be coming out with the NHL soon. So stay tuned for that. So tell me how you set this one up.
So
What
basically,
is our criteria here?
so we're gonna go through the list of teams. We're gonna spin. Each team will get one free agent.
At least.
They'll get one free agent, and
Oh, you set it up so that. Sorry to interrupt. You set it up so that it can only have one?
yeah.
Okay. I thought it would have been funny as hell if it was like the Magic just got everybody, but
No, so I mean, we're just gonna go through the list because every team is gonna have a literally just straight down. So the Hawks have the most variance. They're gonna get out of the pool of 30 free agents we have. They're gonna
Mhm.
get the first pick of the free agent. Then the wheel is gonna tell them how much average annual value and how long the contract is.
yeah, an average annual value for the non-contract people at home just means like how much they'd get per year.
Yep. So
Dumb
starting
it
with the
down for
Hawks.
me.
Starting with the Hawks, right? They get the
Mhm.
first pick of free agent. Do you have any hope for them?
No.
What are they gonna get? Derrick Rose?
Yep. No, they're gonna get something lower than Derrick Rose. Let's see.
They get Tobias Harris.
That's a pretty good pull. That's definitely not on the bottom of the list. I was hoping that they would just get like Harrison Barnes, call it a day. Tobias Harris was a top 10.
So yeah. So now we're gonna see how long they have signed him for.
Okay.
Either 1, 2, 3, or 4 years, right?
Sure.
And they get him for
I like that wheel, by the way. It's very beach ball color.
yeah, why not, right?
Yeah.
2-year,
Hey, I'm ready to go to the beach.
2-year, and finally,
Team option? Player option. Ooh.
how
The
much
mysteries.
are they paying this guy?
24 million.
Well, that's not a choice. We have increments of 3 million on here. Wow, they actually got him for a steal of
The veteran minimum.
almost veteran minimum. 5 million per year.
2 year, 10 million. You know, it's weird. The Suns signed some like bench power forward like 4 years ago for that deal. 2 years, 10 million. They ended up trading him. They ended up trading him a month into the season. So, yeah, Tobias Harris is the new Anthony Top. You heard it here first.
Right. So now the Celtics get their pick. And Tobias Harris is removed from the board. The Celtics sign Al
Horford.
Al Horford.
Yeah, there you go. You got it right. I'm proud of you, buddy. So the Celtics got the Celtics got Al Horford.
Yeah.
You know who Al Horford plays for, right?
Who?
The Celtics.
Oh, good for him.
Al Horford re-signs. You heard it here first.
Yeah. And how long does he re-sign for, though?
7 years at least.
7. Well, he can't.
Well, he can sign for at least. He can sign for
To 5.
more.
But
Right, but if you're going back to your old team, you can go up to 6.
I thought it was 5. Because if you're not going to your old team, it's 4. and if you're going
But
to
he
realty,
is
5.
okay. Well, you know what, Minion?
But
Fine.
he only signs for 4 because our wheel doesn't account for that.
All right, so he's under contract till he's 37 years old. Then, what a great signing.
Yeah.
So,
And how much are they paying this guy?
25 million. Or sorry, 28 million because it's in increments of.
They're only paying him 11 million per year.
Okay, so 22 million. That was pretty close.
All right.
Pretty good.
So on
Oh
to
wait,
the
so
Nets.
44 million. My apologies. I just assumed it was a 2-year deal again.
Nope. On to the Nets. Do you think they get Brooke Lopez back?
Let's see. Let me take a look at my chart. I'm gonna say this is prime real estate for Derrick Rose.
Well, no, they sign Brooke Lopez.
Oh, look at you! Look at you with your "I am going to be right." Brooke
And
Lopez on the comeback trail.
how long do you think?
3 years and 35 million.
They sign him for 2 years
Close.
and you think they're gonna max him?
Not a chance. Milwaukee didn't max him last year.
They sign him for, if it's possible, 26 mil. What do you have to say about that?
Well, it's the Brooklyn way to overpay. No
Oh,
pun
yeah.
intended. Or no rhyming intended, I should say. He's only 31, so he doesn't have that stupid Al Horford age on him yet.
All right,
That's all I
so
have to say.
on to the Hornets.
On to the Hornets.
Who do you think the Hornets pick up?
I was hoping that Kemba Walker would stay, but word is he's not going to. So I'm going to say it's going to be Kemba Walker.
It's definitely Kemba Walker.
Nailed it. Kemba, you know you want back.
Yup.
On home.
So how long do you think they've kept
Oh,
him for?
4 years for sure.
Oh,
It's either 4 year or 1 year.
well, the wheel says 3 years.
Stupid ass wheel. Yeah, I said it.
And they offer sheet max this guy? Or they pay him minimum for veteran? According to the wheel, they're paying him 29 mil per year.
Yeah, I mean, closer to the max.
All right, on to the Bulls.
Kemba said he would take a hometown discount before he said that he wouldn't, so.
All right, well, who did the Bulls take?
Is Rajon Rondo a free agent? I feel like he should come back to the Bulls. That was
Well-
such a train wreck the first time around.
Well, they acquire in free agency Derrick Rose. What do you have to say about that one?
Well, it's about damn time that the Bulls admitted they were past.
Fair enough. And how long and how bloated do you think his contract is?
Oh, this has 4 years written all over it.
They might be smart because they only chose to
No.
sign him for 1 year.
Well,
But
that's
that depends
disappointing.
on how much they're paying him for this 1 year.
That's our first 1 year deal of the draft or of the free agency.
Yep. But how much are they bloating his contract in this 1 year?
18 million.
They picked 23 million.
I mean, he did have that one good game last year where he had 50 points.
1 game.
Yeah, for him, that's like, a half a season, though.
Fair enough. All right. Now the Cavs.
Yeah. Oh, Redick.
The Cavs sign Kristaps Porzingis.
Psych. Why not just keep Tristan Thompson putting up air balls?
Hey,
Yeah.
they need a new guy to put up air balls.
Yeah, this is a 3-year, $27 million deal. 27 million.
This is a. Oh, is it? No, it's a 2-year. And we can see. Will it be 26 or 29 million dollars?
$18 million.
No, it's only 8 mil a year.
Fuck. Mm-hmm.
On to what is that team? What is the next team, Jeremy? I am blanking.
Maverick.
Dallas.
Big dummy.
What do you think the
He'd make
Mavericks
more
will pick
money
up?
than I do. I was hoping he re-signed Dirk Nowitzki.
He's not on here.
Well, yeah, he also retired.
They
DeMarcus
pick up
Cousins.
D'Angelo Russell in free agency.
Oh, that's disappointing. It is the typical Dallas move to throw money at a player that had one good season, but I think that DeMarcus Cousins would have been such a really strange transition from Dirk Nowitzki to this over the top can't control emotions guy that just would have been so funny to watch in Dallas.
They signed him for 4 years. Did you expect that?
Yeah.
A 4-year deal for D'Angelo Russell to the
I
Mavericks?
mean, they signed Wesley Matthews for 4 years, so why not?
Okay. And they signed D'Angelo Russell for
The max.
29 mil.
Yeah, so pretty much. D'Angelo's gonna get paid.
And finally, the Nuggets in this row.
The New Jays will pick up Klay Thompson.
Maybe.
Klay Thompson or Julius Randle. And don't ask me why I feel like those are the final two.
No, they signed Kyrie Irving.
You don't need another guard. That's stupid. So yeah, this is a 1-year prove-it deal, just like they did with Isaiah Thomas. He's going to make about $720,000. Veteran minimum for Kyrie Irving. Nobody likes how he's a cancer in the locker room anymore. They just wants him to shut up. Oh, I got that right. $98 million. Well, for now. No. No, because he just declined today. He declined the option for the Celtics for 21.3 million. So he took a little more. Might you say just a nugget more? Sade. Chris Middleton, because they drafted. That makes no sense. Blake Griffin, Andre Drummond, and DeMarcus Cousins is the front court that nobody ever wanted. Oh, 4 years for sure. Trade bait. In my eyes, everybody's worth 4 years, man. God damn it. This chair is uncomfortable. 27 million. I mean, it has to be something. I mean, he played for less last year, I think. How much did he play for last year? DeMarcus Cousins contract. I'm dancing. Oh, so he signed for $5 million over 2 years. You said. All right, so he was on a 1 year, $5.3 million contract last year to go to Detroit. What a dumbass. Oh, sure, they're going to sign. Well, DeMarcus Cousins isn't there. Klay Thompson is still there, so the only reasonable option here is JJ Redick. No. 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 I believe so. Ooh, that's true. If you can only have one. 7 years. Well, they will. Sign and trade. Sign and trade. Yeah, Clay's a UFA. I'll be damned. Sure. They just did. That's the Supermax. That's the max contract. No, it's not. 35 is, but Middleton's been around at least 6 years. He can definitely get 32 million. Everything. But mostly to get rid of Chris Paul's horrible ass contract and his cancerous demeanor. No, they definitely did not. It's like having Nene who can shoot. Long enough. Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's about 1 year too long. 8 million. 8 million a year. Oh, that's way too much money for a past his prime player. Oh, if they're trying to get rid of Chris Paul, if they get rid of Chris Paul, then they certainly can. Vucevic. He's going to the right, except they don't. Wow, that is that's something. He signs with the Indiana Fever, the WNBA team. Breathe, breathe. You got this. That cold doesn't mean anything, man.
The Kawhi Leonard signs for 3 years.
Okay, that's actually a very Kawhi move to accept something less than the max.
And how much do you think he gets paid?
I think he's gonna get lowballed and take it.
20 million.
Yeah, I mean that's a low ball for Kawhi Leonard.
All right, now the Clippers.
Malcolm Brogdon. I thought they're gonna bring JJ Redick back. I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna guess JJ Redick every time until he goes off the board.
Well, they actually signed Malcolm Brogdon.
Didn't I just?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh.
You just said it.
Wait, it was between Brogdon and Redick too.
Yeah. So close.
Oh man, dude, I'm like batting 1,000 over here.
How many years do they sign this guy for?
Between 2 and 4.
No, they give him a 1-year deal.
So basically, the only option I didn't pick.
Yup. There goes your batting 1,000.
Well, no, I mean, hey, I was only batting 1,000 in that one pick.
Yup. How much are they paying this guy? I'm gonna say low.
Over the moon. They're gonna pay him in cheese wheels.
They pay him league minimum.
Interesting.
On to the Lakers. They pick up Klay Thompson for LeBron.
No. I hope that they like pick up Channing Frye.
They can't.
Did he retire?
No.
Julius Randle's coming back.
Nikola
Vucevic.
The
Voos is loose in LA.
All right,
OJ's back in our lives, and the Voos is.
How long are they signing him
for? 2 years. No, 1 year. 1 year. Everybody around LeBron's going to be on a 1-year deal at the time.
So they end with LeBron?
Sure.
Yeah, they only sign him for 1 year. And they pay him.
Oh, the King's ransom.
32 million. King's ransom.
Shout out me, I got every part of that right.
And on to the Grizzlies, right?
Yes, Sean. The bear is the grizzly.
Well, the UFAs they can sign have gone down a lot. They sign Enes Kanter.
Next year we gotta do this in non-alphabetical. We should have gone like sideways. Kind of like a snake draft.
Oh, fair enough. Well, they signed Enes Kanter. What do you think of that?
It's a very grindhouse move of them to for the grindhouse to get one of the grittier dudes.
Okay. They sign him for 2 years. And they sign. How much money do you think this guy's worth?
17 million a year.
Well, according to the wheel, he's gonna sign for 5 mil a year.
Same thing, really.
On to the Heat. Who do you think the Heat has left to take?
I'm on fire, baby.
Are you okay?
It's my Dick Vitale impression.
They sign
DeAndre
Ricky
Jordan.
Rubio.
Okay, yeah, that's the most Heat thing to do.
Is it?
Yes, because Goran Dragic is also a free agent.
Oh.
Ricardo Rubio.
They signed him for 4 years.
Yeah, I was about to say. They signed Dragic for 5, so they definitely are signing a guard for long term.
And a lot of money?
Oh, middle of the road.
Okay. Middle of the road is 5 mil a year for you?
No.
Well, the wheel says 5 mil per year.
I can tell a wheel to go jump off a cliff then.
On to the Bucks. So we're finally in our latter half of teams.
This has taken a long time, and we are still going strong. We still have Durant on the board. We still have Clay on the board. We still have DeAndre Jordan on the board. We still have Boardman gets paid not on the board.
They signed Julius Randle.
I mean, they emptied the Brinks truck for Giannis for the future. So,
Okay.
you know, Randall, I'd say 2-year deal for $10 million a year.
Okay, we'll see what the wheel says.
I'm more reasonable than that stupid wheel. No, I'm kidding.
Wheel's gonna smite you.
Well,
The wheel says 4-year deal for
27 million. The wheel says it is going to be a new wave of electricity in the $8 million per year category.
Yeah, so I mean, hey, it agreed with you somewhat on the amount of money, but not the term.
Shout out me.
Are you okay with that deal if you were a Bucks fan?
Oh, I'm distraught with emotional. Yeah, I'm fine with it.
On to the Timberwolves. They signed Terry Rozier, sorry.
World-class pronunciation expert Sean Menon on the mic.
Well, definitely can't mess up numbers. So let's just go to how much.
What the fuck's that supposed to mean?
How long and how much?
2 years, 27 million a year.
The wheel says 4 years, dude.
Well, I'm on a tape delay.
Well, I mean, the wheel's also just not agreeing with you at all.
Well, I'll sing the wheel song later, but for now.
The wheel says 8 million per year again. Dang, gave him the same contract as the other guy.
8 million, 27 million. It's all the same. Money is money to these people.
What about New Orleans? Did they make a free agency splash?
Oh, you'd have to think that they're gonna do something. I don't know to what degree that something is, but
Apparently, I had Paul Millsap on here twice.
oh well, take that flucker off there.
Well, yeah, that means I don't know if we have an extra player, but looks like the Wizards aren't getting anybody.
Well, let's see. We'll give him Rajon Rondo if he's free agent. Let's hold on. Hold on. Stop spinning the damn wheel.
I stopped. I spun for the New Orleans because I took Paul Millsap off.
Okay, but I was going to replace him with somebody else.
Oh, okay. Well, you can give it. The Knicks get the next guy then.
Okay, so let's see. Oh, yeah, I'm going to give the Knicks a free agent, all right? So, yeah.
Who are you going to give the Pelicans? That's not on our wheel.
Jeez, see, I'm trying to give them a decent one. Danny Green. Danny Green is going to go to the Pelicans.
Danny Green?
Yes. He was on the Raptors this year.
Danny, D-A-N-N-Y.
Yes, as in Danny.
Green. Okay, how long is he going to stay on the Pelicans, though?
3 years.
Apparently, he doesn't believe in Zion, so he only stays for 1 year.
No, he knows Zion's going to get extended, so he's taking the pay cut.
Oh.
He knows Zion's going to be rookie of the year. Either that or he's going to have a massive knee explosion and never play again.
But he signs for $17 million.
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay,
Danny Green deserves to get paid.
So the Knicks get Nikola Mirotic?
Mirotic.
Nikola
Mirotic.
What do you think of that signing for them?
I like it, except I don't, because Mirotic is a bench bat at best.
Well, they need bench players too.
They don't have starters, Sean.
They sign him for 1 year.
Well, yeah, because they're going to get Kyrie Irving next year.
Oh.
Right, no, how much did Kyrie Irving... Yeah, Kyrie Irving was on a 1-year deal with Denver.
Yep.
Kyrie Irving next year. Kyrie Irving is going to sign 1-year deals with all 28 teams left in the NBA. And
So
then eventually...
They sign him for $20 million.
Ooh. That's wildly overpaying.
Alright, so who do the Oklahoma City Thunder take?
Durant's coming home.
No, they signed DeAndre Jordan.
That's so stupid. They have Steven Adams, who's literally like 7 inches taller.
Bench player, I guess.
Probably not.
Because I think this wheel hates 3-year deals. Because
this wheel hates me. Must be anti-Semitic.
Sign him for 1 year. You think that's a good time?
I mean, yeah, he was on the Knicks for half a season, and the Knicks are letting him go. So you tell me how worthy a guy is of a big contract after the Knicks let him walk.
Yeah, but they signed him for $17 million.
Well, yeah, veteran minimum. Duh.
All right. What about the Magic?
Durant.
No Marc Gasol.
Well, hear me out on this before we spin too much. If Kawhi Leonard is going to the Pacers, which makes no sense, we're running out of teams that make no sense for Durant to go to.
Well, Durant doesn't go to them. Thaddeus Young does.
It's not a bad pickup for the Magic.
So it's possible, you say.
Yeah, I do say. Oh,
They sign him for...
$27 million.
Well, we're talking about yearling.
$54 million.
2 years and 54 is impossible, dude.
Hmm?
2 year, 5 mil. Final team of this row. Do you think Durant goes to the Sixers? Or JJ Redick?
No.
Well,
Redick, maybe.
JJ Redick goes to the Sixers. For what do you think? 2 year, 14 million?
Sure.
2 years is actually correct. Holy crap.
And the
If I'm
amount
right,
of money per
holy
year.
crap.
Oh
my god.
Dun 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 dun. Is he right?
I am right.
Attaboy.
Holy. So, who do the Suns need in order?
All right. This is the one. This is the one where it's either going to be Durant or Kemba Walker or
Kemba
Clay.
Walker's done.
Really?
Yeah. Kemba Walker went to.
Oh, right. It's going to be Durant or it's going to be Clay.
It's Jimmy Butler.
I'll take it. I will take it. 4 years, $79,000 million. He's coming home.
Home?
I don't know. I don't know where he's from.
79 million's not happening, but 4 years maybe.
Sean, let's hurry this up.
You are right. It's 4 years.
Sean, check the Discord chat. We're having some technical difficulties over here. But yeah, let's finish up this one.
Okay.
Jimmy Bucket's coming soon, but we really could have used the point guard.
Could you?
I'm sorry?
Could you really have used a point guard? 20 mil
Yes.
per year. What do you think of that, Jeremy?
Sounds like a steal.
Alright, what technical difficulties are we having? Do you want me to keep going?
Sure. You keep going and provide me with a recap in a few minutes.
Oh, you're having technical difficulties.
Yes, I am. I'm having technical difficulties. I'm going to reset the router and I'll be right back.
Okay.
And then we'll recap this in a few minutes.
Yeah, so as you can see, I have no camera on the other side. You can see Discord. So we'll just keep going. Starting with finishing off with the Trailblazers. If I can bring the correct place back up. So the Trailblazers get, that Jonas Vala. Yeah, I can't pronounce that. Jeremy will pronounce it when he's back. How did I even try and spell? And they get him for 2 years. And $11 million per year. I'm just gonna speed through these and we will recap when we get back. Oh, what a surprise. The Kings sign Klay Thompson. I was certainly not expecting that one. I don't think many people were. But they only get him for 1 year, so I guess they have to prove that they're serious. But how much do they have to shell out to sign this guy? 17 million.
All right.
You
What
back?
did I miss? I am back and bladder than ever. All right. Let's go. Let's redo the Portland one. No, I'm kidding. Oh wow, Klay Thompson goes to Sacramento. They have Buddy Hield. They don't need Klay Thompson.
Yeah, I was super surprised about that
one. Yeah, my camera is being weird.
All right. Well, do you wanna say that name above Klay Thompson because I totally butchered
it. Yeah, Jonas. You and Charles Barkley, because Charles Barkley just calls him basically Jonas Valentine's Day. His name is Jonas Valanciunas.
All right. Well,
boom.
So
the big Valentine's Day.
So who gets Durant? Let's just ask that. There's only 4 teams
left. The most likely team to get him is at this point. It's our only comical thing to do. Now Durant is from the DC area, the DMV as they call it. So there is something behind the, if he goes to the DC thing. But
Durant goes to the Spurs.
Pop style. I like it. Kevin Durant. Spurs.
How long do you think they signed him for and for how much money?
Oh, long enough for Tim Duncan to get ready to come back.
4 years.
Kevin Durant meter.
Kevin Durant meter?
I'm sorry. We needed that ringing as a sign that Kevin Durant was off the board. The big fish has been fried.
Durant signs for $14 million a year? How is that a thing?
Must really like Pop.
All right, who do the Raptors take in free agency?
Who's left?
Marc Gasol, Harrison Barnes, and Marcus Morris.
Marc Gasol.
Well, nope, they take Harrison Barnes.
But Marc Gasol played with the Raptors last year. Yeah. If Kawhi leaves, they're going to get a small Harrison Barnes fits that. To some degree, obviously not to the same degree that Kawhi does.
Okay. And how long? He's going to stay for
3 years.
Dude, this wheel does not like giving out 3 years. It gave out 4 years ago.
Shoddy, then it's going to be 2 years.
It's 4 years.
What the fuck, man? I'm putting the explicit tag on this podcast again.
Oh God, why?
We never took it off.
Oh.
We've always had it on.
And 8 mil per year.
Because we both have jobs, and I figure if we have the explicit tag, then we don't get in trouble as much.
Oh, okay.
It's okay, you have enough
now,
money to live off of.
The Jazz, right? They only have 2 players left, Marc Gasol and Marcus Morris.
Geez, both of them would look outstandingly white in a Jazz uniform, despite the fact that one of them isn't. I mean, not to play this card for the reasoning that I am, and I'm just not going to provide a reasoning for the fact that I think it's Marc Gasol. You can draw your own conclusions, therefore I'm not, liable for...
Well, the wheel says Marcus Morris.
Well, the good thing I disavowed from the wheel.
Oh boy, the wheel's not going to be happy that you disavowed from it.
Well, it's funny because I think Markieff Morris still plays in DC. Marcus Morris could have joined his twin brother in playing with him in DC, but instead he chose to go to Mormon country and trip Grayson Allen's balls a little bit.
Yeah, but he only signs for 1 year, so that's not
next year. Next year.
How much did they have to shell out to sign him, though?
$32 million.
Only 8.
Small market team. I could see it. Writing's on the wall, though. He's not there for long. He's probably getting traded at the deadline.
So, even though this is a formality, we spin the wheel one last time.
I hope it's Paul George.
For Marc Gasol.
What about Brad Wanamaker? He should have been in the top 30. Oh, I wonder who it could be. This dude, we're basically looking at an eyeball now.
Marc Gasol signs with the Wizards for how much? For what term and how much money?
Whatever they have left.
Well, they have 4 years. And they offer sheet him. They try to give him $32 million, even though it's probably impossible. What do you think?
Interesting. Marc Gasol is probably worth some good money. I don't know about $32 million. So let's see. The Washington Wizards have about $1 million in cap. So
yeah,
why not get $32 million a year? All right. Yeah, recapping this. Are you on mute when you're doing that, by the way? Because I can still hear you. Okay. Sorry, folks. Just a little backdoor discussion. So Marc Gasol goes for way more than what the Wizards have to offer him. You got Tobias Harris, changing his home, starting up things with a little bit of a splash, going to the Hawks. He wants to play with Trey. DeMarcus Cousins making a front court trifecta out in Detroit land. Jimmy Buckets going to the Valley of the Suns so he can scrimmage and call Devin Booker a piece of shit who doesn't do anything.
This is why we have the explicit tag.
Yeah. Kawhi Leonard going to Indiana. Kemba Walker staying home, as well as Brook Lopez coming back home, and Al Horford staying as well. Kristaps Porzingis is going to Cleveland. Derrick Rose also coming back home to Chicago, and Kyrie going back, to the land before time here. He's going to Denver for a year.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed our NBA special where we just randomized where people were going.
We didn't randomize it, we predicted it.
Yeah. Oh, no. And we predicted truthfully?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
It's all gonna be right. Hand to God. You're God, not mine.
Alright, well, this was certainly a lot of fun, and we'll see how much of this actually comes true when
And we're
free
gonna do
agency
this-
starts on Monday.
Yeah, and we're gonna do this again on our next episode for hockey. So get ready.
Yep. Thank you for watching, listening in.
Bye. Have a good day.